A very warm welcome to you, and thank you so much for joining our Homeopathy 24/7 podcast. We are going to be speaking to an array of international guests who will share their knowledge and experiences of homeopathy with you. We will discuss all types of subjects such as remedies, symptoms, and stories of health. No matter where you are with your homeopathic journey, we aim to inspire you on your quest to natural health and living. The podcast is brought to you by Mary Greensmith, the founder of Homeopathy 24/7, which is a global platform connecting you with a homeopath wherever you are in the world, 24 hours a day. So let's get started with today's chat. Please welcome Mary Greensmith.
Hello, everybody. Lovely to see you. I'm so pleased to be able to welcome Gitanjali Goel. Gitanjali is based in Toronto in Canada. She's one of our Homeopathy 24/7 homeopaths. And, well, what are we going to talk about, Gitanjali? We've always got so much to talk about.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Mary. It is always a pleasure to talk about homeopathy. Thanks for allowing me to be on this and speak and just spread the word that PCOS can be easily manageable with homeopathy.
Yes, indeed. PCOS is such a big topic, isn't it? And we're seeing it more and more. What's happening?
Yes, absolutely. PCOS is really a complex situation. There can be many factors which can be causing PCOS, but before getting into that, let's dive into PCOS, like as the name suggests, polycystic ovarian syndrome. There is always a misconception that PCOS is just about having cysts on your ovaries, but it is much more than that. Surprisingly, 30% of women with PCOS don't actually have these ovarian cysts. And on the flip side, approximately 20% of women without PCOS do have these cysts. So it is not as straightforward as just the presence of having cysts can be defining PCOS. PCOS is very difficult to spot because it doesn't always show up with the classic symptoms. You might be cruising through the life with symptoms like irregular periods, welcome hair growth in places where you don't want them, acne parting on your skin, or even you have been experiencing difficulty shedding pounds. But these signs might not be waving a PCOS flag, so they slip under the radar.
Yes, I completely understand.
Yeah, so basically, I would say PCOS is a whole body inflammatory disorder that causes a cascade of disruptions in your whole endocrine system, essentially the hormones that regulate your whole body. To get an official diagnosis, you gotta have signs of extra androgens, the stuff like high testosterone levels. That could mean that you will have to do some test where like you can show some signs of acne, and you can show some polycystic cyst on your ultrasound results. And there might be surprise hairs showing up where you don't want them, or you are saying bye-bye to the hair in places you would rather keep it.
Okay.
So now basically here is a catch, like you need to have this excess androgen situation, along with you should have the irregular menstrual cycles, or you should have anovulation. So anovulation basically means that when your ovaries are not releasing eggs regularly, or you are having polycystic ovaries like on the ultrasound results. So that is the must criteria to diagnose PCOS.
Okay. And of course, when somebody comes to you saying, can you help? They've quite often had ultrasound and they've been told that they have PCOS, or they come to you because their cycles aren't regular, or they've got real intense pain with their cycles.
Actually, both ways.
Yes.
Sometimes they have been diagnosed with PCOS, and sometimes they do not have any idea that they have PCOS, because when they go to the conventional medicine, their approach is quite different. Like they basically, what they do is like they treat the symptoms with either the birth control pill, or they will just use the spironolactone to address the acne, or metformin to address the insulin resistance. So these medicines, they help, but doctor never, like their family doctor never talks about that you might have PCOS. They think that it is just your insulin levels are off. Let's put you on metformin.
Yes.
You are having acne. Okay, let's start the spironolactone.
Yeah.
So that they are, even for the acne, like when women come to me, they have been put on the birth control pill, even in their teens. At that time, for anything like acne, if they have mood swings, if they have hair fall, they will straight away put on those birth control pills. Nobody even whispered about PCOS, which is the silent ninja of, I will say, the hormonal chaos. So fast forward to their 30s, when they are off the pill, trying for a baby, and guess what? All those old symptoms, they back in full force, because when they were on the birth control pill, their symptoms are manageable. It is kind of masking their symptoms, like their symptoms
of
have
course.
been masked. And when their symptoms come back in full force, and plus along with that, there is a fun little surprise, because now they are trying to get pregnant, and they find that they cannot get pregnant. So it is fertility comes in the play automatically. So
yeah. So I expect quite a few clients actually come to you because they are finding it difficult to become pregnant.
Yes, it is very, very difficult to get pregnant when you have PCOS, and I have been treating a lot of cases.
Yes.
But every case is quite different. Some see results within like 6 months, some see results within a year, and sometimes, to my surprise, when they had the first appointment, there is no pathology involved. Everything's like their tests are okay, everything is okay, but still they are not able to get pregnant. They were just having the irregular cycles. So I just look into their overall picture and prescribe a remedy to regulate their cycles or whatever going on the emotional level, because I am a big kind of into the emotional health, because I have seen in 99% of my cases, I've been practicing from the last 24 years, to just give you the little bit idea that for how long I've been seeing these cases.
Yeah.
So in my 99% of cases, I have seen that when women are having the emotional turmoil going on, emotional traumas, shame, guilt, many grief, everything is involved, those generally manifest into physical symptoms. So when they actually start experiencing symptoms, and sometimes women are also carrying the ancestral trauma, emotional baggage from their mothers, from their grandmothers. So I look into all those aspects as well. And when we clear all those emotional blockages, and it clicks, and they just get pregnant very easily, it brings everything back into rhythm.
So there's such a lot of different aspects that have to be covered in order to clear and allow the emotional flow and then the physical flow to be able to get pregnant.
Definitely, because what bugs me about conventional medicine, they never talk about all these things. Sometimes it feels like we are missing the big picture in the conventional healthcare. It is all about throwing meds at the symptoms without digging into the real whys behind them. As I said earlier, to high blood sugar or wonky insulin levels. Okay, just metformin. Hormones acting up, straight away to birth control pill. No ifs, ands, and buts. Just pick your, I would say, poison, right? You are just kind of taking something which you don't even know that you really need it.
No, that's right. And it hasn't, as you said, it hasn't even addressed, it hasn't even looked at the original cause of the symptom. So we know that the body is just going to throw out another symptom, and it's going to get worse, not better.
Yeah, what are the root causes behind? Sometimes people come to me and they told me they have been to a naturopath and have been told that there is only just one root cause. Like I don't believe that. Like there are several root causes.
Yeah.
We don't get sick in just one day. Like it is the combination of so many things, and we have to address all of those. It is like a big onion where we are peeling the layers.
Yes.
Basically, with each layer I peel, like I find something else underneath, and it's a long journey. But still, we see results so fast. Like it's not that like it's been 10 years the patients are with me and they're not getting pregnant or they are not able
No,
to
no.
regulate their cycles. It happens just within like usually like I've seen within 2 or 3 appointments. Like they
Yes.
tell the good results and continuing treatment, they
Yeah.
achieve what they're looking for.
That's right. And what's amazing for me is that people can have tried so many different things and yet still they're in such pain, or their cycle is just so irregular. And just by using homeopathy and finding the remedies that can help regulate the cycle and the hormone structure, then everything changes, everything falls into place nicely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you got any cases that you can share? Tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about how this actually works, seeing a homeopath.
Yeah, sure. I have a couple of cases I would like to share with you.
Okay.
And I am going to share my first case. It was of a woman who was 32-year-old when she came to see me. She presented with irregular periods. She was having acne issue, weight gain, all those classic PCOS hits. So despite feeling exhausted all the time, she had battled with the sleep disruptions, the frustrating tossing and turning throughout the night, and her hormonal profile, like she brought her blood work with her, and I looked at her blood work report, and it showed me that her testosterone levels were quite high, and she was prescribed conventional medications before too, but the side effects were bothersome and they were just aggravating her symptoms. And she felt like someone had flicked a switch and turning her usual vibrant self into a tangled web of emotions, and she couldn't navigate. So her body was protesting. She was having nausea, diarrhea, along with all those typical PCOS symptoms. So basically, for her, every meal was kind of turning into a game of chance. But when she started the homeopathic treatment, after using the remedies targeted at her specific symptoms, she started to notice gradual improvements. So over the next few months, she noticed that there was a huge improvement in her weight, like which was a constant struggle for her, and her mood swings that made her life like a roller coaster. Well, they started leveling out, and her energy levels, those were way up. Like she was able to kind of work more than like 12 hours. She was a nurse, just
Yeah.
to give her a little bit background. She was a nurse and she had to work in the hospital. Sometimes she had the night shift. Previously, she was not even to do her job properly. She had to take lots of days off. And when she came, she told me, that I have lots of energy, that even after the night shift, I can work whole day in the house, without any problem. Her
Yeah.
energy levels were way, way up. And her acne reduced significantly. She started having a regular cycle, mood swings were improved, and most importantly, her hormonal levels began to normalize.
It's
So,
amazing. It's a really good result, Gitanjali. And I know a lot of people will be asking, well, what did you take? What did you take? So we
yeah.
need to just explain that the remedies chosen will be remedies that match all of the different symptoms that are associated with the diagnosis that she comes with.
Yes, because as I previously mentioned, there are several layers which I'm peeling. So to peel each layer every time when she was coming back for her appointment, I was prescribing him a different remedy. It was not always the same remedy, which, so I won't say that just one remedy was able to fix everything for her. So it took me several months and several remedies. They
Yes.
came picture, because every time I gave her a remedy, it cleared the picture more. And I was
Of
able
course.
to go over that picture and choose another remedy which
Remedy.
would kind of solve the situation more for
So
her.
it's a bit like that. Health creates this ball, this onion, and we can go deeper each time we can relieve one symptom. Another symptom has high energy because that was covered before by the symptom that we've just created. So we have to keep working through the layers. So if we start with young children, they have a lot less layers, but as we get older and older, we seem to have built up all of these health reactions, and we need to work through that, and that's why it takes a little bit more time. So everybody that comes is going to have different sets of layers and therefore need different sets of remedies.
Definitely. Yeah, because you see, like as we age, like we start to grow, like we are like we used to, like when Hahnemann like started homeopathy, like at that time the word was not, we were not living in toxic world at that time. Now we are living in toxic world. If you look at we can't get anything pure, like everything is
I know. Even our water, Gitanjali, even our water has got all sorts of fluorides and things added to it that react, people's bodies react to it.
Definitely. And people who threw their medications, like conventional pharmaceutical drugs, in that water, and that gets mixed in the water, and you are drinking the same water, you are getting those medications unintentionally. Like you're not even, like there are antibiotics in milk and meat, like our producers has been sprayed with glyphosate, and so many things come into factor. Like I know, like now people are aware that we shouldn't be eating out of plastic, we should not use microwaves, but because it is leaching like the estrogen mimic hormones, which kind of disrupt your hormones more. But still, like these things are still happening. Like if you're eating outside, you don't know like how they are cooking their food. You can control it at home, but not outside.
Yes, but it's controlling where your food's coming from as well, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like you said, the hormones are in the rivers, you know, and because the cleaning mechanisms cannot get rid of this, you know, and we know this because the fish are changing in the rivers. So it's just incredible, isn't it, what's happening to our world.
Yeah, but I'm glad that we have homeopathy, because personalized approach of homeopathy helped my patient feel better and manage the metabolic aspects of PCOS, enhanced her overall well-being. Her personalized remedy basically addressed the hormonal roller coaster, her emotional ups and downs. Isn't it fascinating how homeopathy takes this personalized approach, tackles symptoms while considering the unique constitution of each individual? So I always feel amazed.
Yeah. And the great thing is that nobody can mess with a homeopathic remedy, can they? You know, we know that it's how it's produced and where it's produced, and that is lovely, isn't it? That we can keep it pure, keep it good.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell us about another case.
Yeah, so another case is of another woman. She was around 36 years old at the time when she came to see me. She had been struggling with infertility, irregular cycles, excess hair growth, insulin resistance, acne, fatigue, all those typical PCOS symptoms again. And she had been trying actively to get pregnant, and she had been through multiple rounds of IVF without any success. So I looked at her reports, and I found there was no pathology involved in her case. But she was feeling very frustrated, feeling stuck, like she had been hearing from other relatives that she can get pregnant, and everyone was kind of putting her down for not getting pregnant, although it was not her fault. And she was emotionally very, very she was dealing with her moments of self-doubt or guilt, like not happy basically. And based on her current and past health history, her emotional health, and her reactions to those situations, like how she was reacting, because that is very, very important for homeopaths to know how you are reacting to certain situations, because not everyone reacting to one situations the same way. Like some people cry, some people don't even bother, like I don't care to have with you, like it's sorry about my bad word here. But it's all about how we feel about a situation that really helps a homeopath to find a remedy. So based on all those symptoms, I prescribed her a homeopathic remedy to address her hormonal imbalances and emotional health. Because homeopathy, as I earlier also said, that views the mind and body interconnected, our emotional health basically manifests into physical symptoms. So based on that, when I gave her the remedy, so after a few months, within few months, she started noticing changes. Her acne, there was a major improvement. Her mood swings were more stable. She was not getting easily upset when people were saying certain things, like her attitude towards herself and towards her life was changed basically. And the best part, her menstrual cycle, which was all over the place before, started finding its rhythm again. Her cycles were more regular, and the excess hair growth started to diminish. But there was still a problem that she wasn't able to get pregnant. So it was very, very difficult. So then I looked into the case again, and I noticed that because she has gone through multiple rounds of IVF without any success, so I decided to do a homeopathic detox of those IVF drugs to detoxify her body from the lingering effects of multiple IVF attempts. And homeopathy offered her a way to support her body through natural healing process, aiming to clear out the residual impacts of the treatment she had undergone. And just after a couple of months, she discovered that she was pregnant naturally. That was the joyous surprise after years of attempting various fertility interventions. So it was like I would say, reset button, a chance to support her body's balance without the roller coaster of fertility treatments. So it was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, what a story. And it just goes to show, doesn't it, that not only have we got our own health to deal with, then the effects of the medication and the hormones and the artificial hormones that we have also affect how our body is going to react. And it makes sense though, doesn't it? If we give our bodies artificial hormones, they're not going to be producing the hormones that we need them to produce because they're already in the system.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder, like when we have to fix the hormones, we cannot fix them giving hormones, like artificial hormones. Like you cannot fix what is already kind of in a chaos. Like just adding more hormones to your body, it's not going to fix anything for you. It is again masking the symptoms. Just keep on buying the time there, but not actually fixing anything.
Yes, interesting, isn't it? But anyway, the fact is that it doesn't matter how people come to homeopathy. It doesn't matter whether they've got a diagnosis or not, because quite often we can find out what's happening just by the way their body reacts emotionally and physically to the environment, to things around them, to what they're eating, to what they're drinking, and to everything else. And from that information, we can find a remedy that matches that energy.
Yes.
and help reset the body.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That's the more important thing in homeopathy, that we don't need any label. Like I
Yeah.
do not need any PCOS diagnosis. I do not need that whatever your family doctor has told you. Just let me know how you are feeling.
Yes.
How you are reacting to certain situations. What are your likings, dislikings? What bothers you and what makes you happy? And what are your cravings? Like what kind of foods you don't like at all? So all these symptoms and how your pain is affecting you. So these are enough symptoms for us to find the right remedy for you,
Yes.
because that is an individualized or personalized remedy for you.
Yes, that's right. So we put all of that into the pot, shake it
Yes.
all about, and see what comes out, which remedy matches those symptoms best, match it up to the energy, and away we go with homeopathy. Because the lovely thing about homeopathy is that there are lots of different ways of prescribing, taking into consideration, and you mentioned there about IVF and detox. So we're able to detox all sorts of medicines and toxins that the body might have been subjected to. And it's quite a complex system of prescribing homeopathy, but it sits very nicely with the other types of prescribing that we do, doesn't it? So as you mentioned, you'd already gone through the usual finding a remedy that suits constitutionally or miasmatically. With the detoxing, you're putting together organ support remedies and helping the body through that change.
Yes.
So wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on and telling us a little bit more about PCOS. What we'd like to do, if it's okay with you, is put your details down so that people can contact you if they have got any of these symptoms, or they know somebody who really ought to get in touch with you, because it's quite a complex system. It's quite a complex diagnosis, isn't it, to go forward, and it's not an easy quick fix, because we're actually addressing the original cause, and that might go back to birth.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just put my details, like definitely. And thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me share these cases. And I just, as I said, that I really want to let people know that homeopathy is there to help you. Like if you can find your way through conventional medicine, come to us and we will help you achieve your goal of having a better health. And even if you're not getting pregnant, we can help you with that too.
That's amazing. And of course, you've got lots of success. And what I love about fertility issues, of course, is that it's easy for us to say, yes, that worked. Because when people have tried everything else, and it didn't work, and we often call that teeth, don't we?
Yes.
Tried everything else, try homeopathy. So
Yes.
there it is. Homeopathy is there for you when you're ready to solve these issues and reset your body.
Yes, definitely.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Gitanjali.
Thank you, Mary.
Well, wasn't that amazing to hear about homeopathy with polycystic ovary syndrome? If you need to get in touch with Gitanjali, then please do click on the links below, because you can go straight through to her website and more details as well. She also has got a Facebook group that you might be interested in joining. Next week, I'm going to be talking to Bart about sport injuries and homeopathy. And of course, homeopathy can be used not only in an acute injury situation, but also used to promote maintenance and health before injuries, effectively preventing sports injuries. So it's something that we all need to know a little bit more about how we can keep ourselves much more flexible and much less prone to having injuries. I look forward to seeing you there. I do hope you've enjoyed these episodes, and I do hope you can subscribe to our channels. Now, there are various ways for you to listen to our podcast or watch it on video on YouTube. So whether it's iTunes, Spotify, or YouTube, please do subscribe and please do leave us a review. If you leave us a review on these platforms, then more people will see our podcast. We just want more people to share the joy of homeopathy. It's a choice that everybody should know about. Please do everything you can to help us help more people.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode and look forward to listening to our next one. Please don't forget to follow our podcast on your chosen channel, and please do leave us a review so we can continue to share homeopathy with as many people as possible. If you do have any questions, please do reach out to us on any of our social platforms mentioned in the show notes. We at Homeopathy 24/7 hope to empower you on your natural health journey.